Welcome back, another episode. Despite the fact that Austin Butler's Gale Cleven has been the center of attention on Masters of the Air, the pilot vanishes during an off-screen mission in Episode 4, leading the 100th to believe he was killed in battle and leaving viewers with numerous unanswered concerns regarding the character's true fate. Despite being a war drama, Masters of the Air narrates the actual stories of the soldiers who served in the 100th Bomb Group of the United States Army Air Forces. In the spring and summer of 1943, Cleven fought alongside innumerable other airmen against the German army. When the 100th returns from their mission to Bremen in Episode 4, it is evident that they suffered significant casualties. Specifically, some 80 troops from the 100th, among them Majors Harry Crosby and Gale Cleven, did not return from the operation. It's presumed that Buck and the other missing soldiers did not make it out of the mission because the men who did return say they saw no chutes come out of Buck's plane. However, Masters of the Air doesn't reveal Buck's destiny without giving away any details about the operation itself. Viewers can rest easy knowing that Austin Butler's character in Masters of the Air Episode 4 did not perish during the Bremen mission, according to documents pertaining to Buck Cleven's true life. It was probably done on purpose for the series to not reveal Buck's fate or the mission. It is likely that Masters of the Air aimed to maintain suspense for viewers while also emulating the actual atmosphere at Thorpe Abbotts at the time of Buck's disappearance. Considering that none of the survivors were on Buck's jet, the worst-case scenario seems reasonable. It would be even more difficult to keep their hopes high. When German fighter fighters attacked Buck's aircraft during the off-screen mission to Bremen, the aircraft sustained severe damage, forcing Buck to evacuate. The 100th Bomb Group Foundation states that although the mission started off normally, things took a bad turn when the 100th's planes broke apart from their formation because of intense flak. When Buck's plane was finally left defenseless and alone, the Germans severely destroyed it. Buck and his crew were forced to evacuate the jet and land directly in German territory, despite Buck's wish to land the aircraft in Holland. The sole perspective provided to viewers is that of the soldiers at Thorpe Abbotts, as Episode 4 of Masters of the Air did not depict the Bremen operation. The mission is portrayed fairly properly in this sense. The guys at Thorpe Abbotts were shocked to learn how many men were missing when the 100th returned from the mission. Colonel Harding states in Episode 4 that 8 planes were lost, while the actual count was only 7, according to a report from the 100th Bomb Group Foundation. In the end, the feeling is the same. More often than not, the 100th team lost. The idea that Buck was killed is the part of the Bremen mission depicted in Episode 4 that is most accurate. Buck and the other fallen men were classified as MIAs, or missing in action, by the 100th because no one witnessed his death or his survival. At Thorpe Abbotts, however, the general consensus was that the men were dead. This is a depressing perspective, yet it makes sense that the 100th would think this way. The guys could not hope that their missing colleagues would be found after suffering such continuous losses, especially since most of them were dead. Even though Buck Cleven's future on Masters of the Air is uncertain, the program will ultimately return to him, and when it does, he will be embarking on a new chapter in his wartime adventure. Following his and Captain Bernard DeMarco's escape from their damaged aircraft, Buck crashed right into a German farmer's house. Without delay, he and DeMarco were taken to Frankfurt, where they underwent questioning and were placed in isolation. Even if Buck Cleven's destiny is not favorable, it is still preferable to his demise on the Bremen mission. In order to inform viewers of Buck's fate, Masters of the Air should hopefully do so as soon as possible. Furthermore, since the program is examining Sergeant William Quinn's escape from Belgium, it will be intriguing to see how much it explores the reality of prisoners of war camps. All things considered, the program has the chance to explore facets of the conflict that haven't been frequently portrayed in the media. For more, subscribe.